poem is titled Board Shooting Season by Olive Senior. Board shooting season, the men make marriages with their guns. My father's house turns Mako, as from far the hunters gather. All night long, contentless women store their brews, hot coffee, chocolate, carissy, wrap bone, and the leave for tomorrow's sports tonight. The men drink white rum neat. In darkness, shouldering their packs, their guns, shouldering their guns, shouldering their packs, their guns, they leave. We stand quietly on the doorstep, shivering little boys, longing to grow up bored hunters too, little girls whispering, fly boards fly. Summary. The poor is only likely a young girl due to their attention to the details of the women's emotion. Describes the beginning of board shooting seasons. Men gather from far and wide to the house of the persona's father, influencing an atmosphere of manliness and machismo. The preparations of both the men and the women are described through the eyes of the child. Women prepared tea and coffee for these hunters and makes food for them as they set forth on the seasonal exodus, with neither thanks nor acknowledgement, meaning that the women are not thanks for their work in any tangible manner. The little boys all dream of becoming board hunters like their fathers, while the little girls encourage the bits to fly away, as though hoping that they themselves, like the boards, will escape the fearsome grasp of the board hunted men and the reoccurring cycle. The themes include gender roles, nature and child experience. The mood is reflective and analysis. We're going through the line by line analysis. Board shooting season. The men make marriages with their guns. That is a personification. Continue on line. The poem begins with the titular phrase board shooting season, communicating a yearly seasonal time period during which men go out for shooting birds. The poet uses a combination of alliteration and metaphor in men make marriages with their guns. The repetition of the deep manly hymn songs set off orchard season as a time meant mostly for the enjoyment of men, for them to display their male prowess. The metaphor make marriages with their guns conveys the care and attention they give to their guns as though actually marrying them. Thus, they prioritize the condition of their guns, doting on them like in marriage, as they are the primary tools they need to work in union with for shooting season. So first of all, the three main devices. Men make marriages with the utilization of both a metaphor and alliteration, and then finally fortification of men make marriages with their guns, highlighting the human quality within the guns. My father's house burns Mako as from far the hunters gather. The persona's father's house turns Mako with the influx of several men. To be Mako means to be in a state of unification, meaning that there are a lot of people coming. Um, is to be manly in an excessively aggressive or assertive way. Mako is to be what we would consider to be the dark side of masculinity. So it appears that with the flocking of men from far and wide to one home, the masculinity has built upon one another's, becoming more and more assertive to the point of machismo, meaning that they are becoming overly manly or excessively aggressive or assertive, with the dark influx of manly characteristics. All night long, contentless women stir their brews, hot coffee, chocolate, carry syrup, pone and tie leaf for tomorrow's sport. Tonight, the men drink with white rum neat. The women are described here as contentless, meaning that they are dissatisfied or unhappy. This is likely due to the fact that they must stay up all night preparing the beverages and food for these men without thanks, only for them to depart for a long period of time to shoot birds. As the men have made marriages with their guns, they have neglected care for their wives and children. The women must stock them up with food and drink year after year without acknowledgement for their husbands. The poem alludes to a stew of traditional Caribbean drinks and foods, and it is said that the men drink white rum neat, meaning white rum undiluted at full strength, meaning that it you drink you basically drink the rum at full strength. This again communicates the assertive machismo of the men, showing off their masculine resistance to strong alcohol. In darkness, children, their packs, their guns, they leave. The men now leave in the darkness of early morning, carrying the guns they so dearly cherish, and the packs holding food and drink. There's no mention of acknowledging anyone other than themselves. So this is the dark side of manly masculinity that is being portrayed and being illustrated within the passage, with the dark affluent application of dark masculinity in a sense. And another line suggests or says, all right, this is the last line. We stand quietly on the doorstep, shivering, little boys longing to grow up, bored hunters too, little girls whispering, birds fly away. To basically sublimate, the little girls are left alone due to the fact that their fathers are leave them and went to abortion season. The boys want to become like their father, they want to become bird shooter like their fathers. So it's a cycle. The girls wish to basically break that cycle. They want to eliminate that cycle. They want to obliterate it. They don't want that cycle to exist. So then I say fly birds fly. They want the birds to fly away so that them themselves can break the redundant cycle of this toxic masculinity. So this is everything for it. So as you said again, the main themes for this poem include gender roles, nature and childhood experience, and the mood is one of reflective. We have no mention of the tone. The tone is one of hurt, is one of um of bleakness, and that will be everything for the analysis of the Csec poem, Board Shooting Season by Olive Senior. That would be everything for right now.
Watch my 9mm go bang. Wa-da-da-dang, wa-da-da-da-dang. Watch my 9mm go bang. Wa-da-da-dang, wa-da-da-da-dang. Player haters, masturbators, bitches all up in my shit.